Right now at noon, an ethics report on former Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz is released, what it says and how Gaetz is responding. Plus, a possible merger between two major players in the car industry, who they are and the other companies that might follow suit. This is News 3 Now at noon. Thanks for joining us today at noon. I'm Josh Spreiter. Happening right now, family and friends are gathering to remember Abundant Life Christian school teacher Aaron West. West is one of the two victims killed in that school shooting a week ago. 14-year-old Ruby Vergara also died. West taught at ALCS for 4 years. She attended Doxa Church in Madison, where her funeral is happening as we speak. There is a live stream to the service that we got permission to use. You can watch that right now on Channel 3000+. We also have more information on our website, including how to send memorials and online condolences there as well. Well, we are tracking some precipitation out there this afternoon that could impact travel. First Warn meteorologist Savannah Brito has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. And this is mainly north of Madison, Savannah?
Yeah, I kept Madison in it, but the National Weather Service, remove Madison and Dane County and then areas south from the winter weather advisory. So I am keeping Madison because we're still tracking actually sleet falling right now outside the station. But freezing drizzle, and that could impact travel Madison and then basically areas north. We're seeing snow on radar north of Madison right now. That's going to pretty much be your alert day conditions through the early evening hours, and then we'll see all of that precipitation move out of here, but temperatures are going to fall below freezing level tonight. So back roads, less travel roads, all of those places could, and especially untreated roads, be slick even out there tonight. So just be mindful of that. Here's what I was talking about. The National Weather Service did have most of the area, Madison, Dane County, and south and eastward under the advisory, but they did remove that mainly because we're not going to see that mixed precipitation here for that long. But Josh, like I mentioned, it's coming down right now. It's not rain, it's sleet here at these stations. So we are going to track slick spots this afternoon and evening. Yeah, we know a lot of folks will be hitting the road, including myself later this afternoon, so we're closely watching. All right, Savannah, thank you. You're welcome. Well, the House Ethics Committee has released its report on former Congressman Matt Gaetz. It finds substantial evidence that Gaetz had sex with a minor, used illicit drugs, and violated state laws. This report alleges Gaetz paid over $90,000 to 12 women with testimony linking the payments to drugs and sexual activity. A 17-year-old told the committee she received $400 from Gaetz, which she understood was for sex. Gaetz, who resigned last month, called claims a smear by political enemies. The 26-year-old suspected of killing the United Healthcare CEO has pleaded not guilty to state murder and terrorism charges in a New York court. Luigi Mangione faces 11 state charges, including first-degree murder as an act of terrorism. He also faces federal charges. The high-profile case will likely involve 2 trials. He is currently held in a federal detention facility and is expected to face the state trial before the federal one. Honda and Nissan announcing plans to join forces. This forms the 3rd largest automaker by sales. Nissan's alliance member, Mitsubishi Motors, also agreed to join talks in integrating business. This comes a month after news of a possible merger surfaced. Well, it is the beginning of ice fishing season, and while it's a popular pastime in Wisconsin, the DNR says no ice is safe ice, especially since the temperatures have fluctuated so much. The DNR recommends wearing cleats on your boots to avoid slipping. Also take precautions before going out on the ice. It's important to have a plan and tell someone where you're going. Bring safety equipment like a personal flotation device, and if you're going with another person, bring a rope in case someone falls in. Police have identified the man they say drove into a Texas mall Saturday as 53-year-old John Darrell Schultz. Authorities say the suspect struck 4 people before being shot and killed by law enforcement. Reed Benyon reports.
I cannot believe it. Up to now, I just cannot believe it.
Residents in Killeen, Texas, reacting to the terrifying scene that played out at a local mall over the weekend. A 19-mile police chase ending with the driver plowing his truck into a shopping mall Saturday, hitting people as he drove through a JCPenney.
Driving through the store, actively running people over. He traveled several hundred yards.
Police say it started when a highway patrol trooper tried to stop a pickup truck.
That was called in as a possible DWI driver. The driver failed to yield right away to the trooper. The suspect traveled westbound.
A witness said while she was in the mall parking lot, her dash cam partially captured the police chase on a nearby highway, which runs adjacent to the mall.
The chase was coming towards us, and the driver was turning towards the mall.
Exited the highway entered the Killeen Mall parking lot. He did drive through the front door of the JCPenney store, striking 4 people. Those people were transported with some to severe to minor injuries.
Troopers and local police followed on foot, ultimately shooting and killing the driver. Reporting in Atlanta, Reed Binion, News 3 Now.
Police say a 5th person went to the hospital on their own, the victims ranging in age from 6 to 75 years old. Well, holiday travel is well underway, keeping the TSA extra busy this week. They expect to screen nearly 40 million people from last Thursday through January 2nd. That would be a 6% increase from last year. That's among more than 119 million travelers overall. If you're headed northeast, get ready for severe weather to impact your travel. Snow and frigid temperatures have already impacted travel in that region, both in the air and on the roads.
I don't think we were expecting this much.
The weather delayed us. Our gate changed about 14 times in the span of 15 minutes.
That does not sound fun. As for traveling by train, down power lines caused Amtrak to halt service between Philadelphia and New York. Well, still ahead for us on this Monday afternoon. If you have a question or concern about your plants or garden, now's the time to send us your questions via email to tips@channel3000.com. Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company will join us later in the broadcast with the answers. Again, that is tips@channel3000.com. But first at noon, why Christmas Eve could bring the chance for you to get close to $1 billion. Plus, where Amtrak is warning of possible travel delays this holiday season.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Just days before the December holidays, Amtrak is warning of possible travel delays along its busy Northeast corridor. Service was temporarily suspended yesterday between Philadelphia and New York due to downed power lines that blocked tracks. Crews have restored access to some tracks, though trains are operating at reduced speeds in some areas. Amtrak says it will waive fees for customers who choose to change their reservations. Christmas Eve could bring the chance for one or more lucky people to get close to $1 billion. That's because the Mega Millions jackpot shot up to $944 million after no tickets matched all 6 winning numbers for the top prize. The cash option for tomorrow night's drawing is more than $429 million. And Sonic the Hedgehog 3 swung past Disney's Mufasa the Lion King to top the domestic weekend box office. The Sonic sequel brought in an estimated $62 million, while the Lion King live-action prequel took in $35 million. Wicked is still defying gravity, earning more than $13 million this weekend. Moana 2 also brought in just over $13 million. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Matt Piper.
Here's the stock report at the noon hour. The Dow's down 56 points, NASDAQ up 151, and the S&P 500 up 24. Across the state this afternoon, one person is dead after an officer-involved shooting in Lafayette. Chippewa County deputies responded to a domestic incident over the weekend. When deputies arrived at the home, the suspect had left. Deputies found the suspect in a car and tried to stop it, and that's when the car crashed. The suspect fired a weapon at the deputies, hitting a squad car, and continued to shoot until 2 SWAT officers shot and killed them. The incident is still under investigation. 2 people in Vernon County are in custody this afternoon on drug-related charges. It all stems from a traffic stop back on December 8th. A Vernon County deputy stopped a Chevy pickup in Viroqua. Deputies investigated and then arrested 2 people. They will face charges for drug possession and bail jumping. Bond is set for the both of them right now. Well, we have today's ag numbers straight ahead, but first, as we head to break at noon, a live look outside. Savannah's tracking your holiday forecast and whether or not we'll see a white Christmas. That is next. Welcome back. Pam Yankee is on her holiday break right now, so here are your farm numbers. Time now for your certified most accurate forecast. First Swarm meteorologist Savannah Brito here with some weather alerts at the noon hour. Hi, Savannah.
Hi, Josh. Thank you. Yeah, so we did have a winter weather advisory for Dane County south and east, but those counties were actually removed from that because we are a little bit warmer than areas north that's mainly seeing snow right now. But we're still seeing sleet and snow mix in even across Dane County, so I think we still could be dealing with slick travel. But that winter weather advisory mainly north of here in effect until 5 p.m. if you're traveling to Green Bay today for Christmas, an hour later 6 p.m. So we're keeping alert day conditions in the forecast, Madison and Dane County and the northward, because those areas are still seeing that wintry mix right now. Freezing, drizzle, and definitely slick travel with it being the Monday before Christmas. Allow extra time on top of the alert day conditions. Like I mentioned, Madison areas north. That's going to be the case through the evening. We'll see the snow subside then, but this is a look at our current radar. So most of Dane County and even the Monroe and Janesville areas seeing snow, but behind that, Platteville, mainly Dubuque and Monroe, solely seeing rain because their temperatures are a little bit warmer than what we're seeing here. The Dells seeing snow, Viroqua, La Crosse seeing that purple color, which is sleet, although when I was outside, it was sleet that was falling, not snow. That's because our temperature is a little bit above freezing level, more so in the mid-30s here. But areas like Monroe, Janesville, Platteville, like I just mentioned, that are closer to the 40-degree mark, they're solely going to see rain into the afternoon and evening. This is 1 p.m. Madison, northeast and north are going to mainly see snow. I do think additional accumulations up to about an inch, mainly north of Madison at the most. So we could see a little bit more snow tacked onto what we had already with the winter storm that we had last week. That's going to be the case through the early evening. By the time dinner time comes around, most of that moving eastward and out of here. Couple flurries for the forecast going into Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, but we're not really talking about any snowfall accumulation or any measurable rain. Temperatures are going to warm up heading into Christmas Day. But how about the next system? That coming after we get through the next couple of days. Holiday travel, we talked about today in that wintry mix. If anyone's leaving today, you need to allow for extra time. Tomorrow, we're not going to have really any precipitation aside of a few flurries. Temperatures cool down a couple degrees. We're actually only going to be in the lower 30s, right about the 30-degree mark tomorrow for Christmas Eve. Into Christmas Day, temperatures are going to warm up. We're back into the mid-30s under mostly cloudy skies. But if you are heading southward, we are going to see precipitation develop. So southern Illinois, northern Illinois, and then across Indiana, you see that rain move in. For here, though, we are expecting mostly dry conditions. For Christmas Day, 36, mostly cloudy here, and then even warmer post-Christmas. But could we see a white Christmas? So by definition, the National Weather Service, you have to have at 7 a.m. at least an inch of snow on the ground. So we're not actively going to see snow falling on Christmas Day, but because of last week's snowstorm that put down a decent bed of snowfall on the ground. I do think there will be areas, if not most of the area, southern Wisconsin, Madison, and definitely northward, that wake up to that on Christmas Day. So by definition, we will have a white Christmas. Our last white Christmas was in 2022. We did not see that last year, though. On average, 66% of all of Madison Christmases have been white. We talked about that definition. After that, though, enjoy the snowfall while we have it, because that will all be gone after the weekend when temperatures are going to be close to the 50-degree mark, and we're tracking rain, which is really going to help melt all of that snowfall, too.
Wow, that is a swing in temperatures.
It sure is. I mean, almost 50 degrees, and I think some areas could even reach that.
All right, Savannah, thank you.
You're welcome.
In the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, Howard's preparing a classic dish to serve this holiday season.
If you love crispy homemade potato pancakes, but don't make them because they seem like too much work, then you're going to love what we're whipping up today. Sort of consider this recipe an early Christmas or Hanukkah present. We combine a bag of shredded potatoes along with a chopped onion, and an egg, and we give it a good mix. Using refrigerated potatoes saves us all the work of peeling and shredding potatoes. Not to mention, it'll save our knuckles from the grater. To that, we add a bit of flour and season it with a little salt and pepper. After that's combined, we stir in some shredded cheddar and a few scallions. Now we form this into a pancake-like patty and into some hot oil it goes to crisp up. And if we want, we can even make mini ones as appetizers. Either way, a few minutes on each side, and these guys are done. Serve them with the traditional go-alongs and get ready for lots of compliments. And no one needs to know how much time and effort you saved using refrigerated shortcut ingredients. The recipe for our cheesy potato pancakes is online now, so you'll have it on hand anytime you want to make good old-fashioned potato pancakes the easy way. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we're looking for a faster and cheesier way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Ahead at noon, Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here answering your plant and gardening questions. You can email those questions to tips@channel3000.com, and we'll get the answers when News 3 Now at noon continues. Welcome back at noon. Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here answering your plant and gardening questions. You can email them to tips@channel3000.com. Merry Christmas Eve Eve.
Merry Christmas Eve Eve to you. Is it Merry Christmas Eve squared?
Ooh, that's a good one. I've never heard it that way, but works for me.
I like it.
I do too.
Not super fond of math, but hey.
I know.
I like a good square.
I love a good square, and I love my tie. I bring it out one time a year. Got my reindeer tie. Got my little gnome socks on today.
I did see you're very holiday coordinated today.
Got to do it now or never, right? This is it.
It's true. There's like 2 days when you can do that kind of thing.
Oh my gosh, I love it. All right, so obviously we're talking about poinsettias because this is what a lot of folks have around the holiday season.
I know, and they are so common, but they've gotten really cool. You can find glittered ones. They dye them different colors now. This is a standard white poinsettia. There's a series out called Princettias, where the color is much clearer. Like the whites are really white, and the pinks don't have that underlayment of that cream color. So those have been out a few years. Flowers are smaller, but they're sturdier, so they're less likely to break. But there are lots of choices out there for poinsettias.
Yeah.
They do like to be dry and warm, so make sure that you put it in a place where there aren't any drafts, and that you let it dry between waterings. And they are super tricky to get to reflower. They need a darkness period, like a strict light and dark schedule. So you take the Christmas cactus like another 10 steps. But they're super popular this time of year, and you can find them. So it's kind of like a thing. It's a holiday plant.
And if you
when
take
it's
care
done,
of them, they will last for a while, too.
They do last for a long time. I noticed even this summer that the ones that you guys had at last Christmas were in the lobby, in the window, where they were still there. They were looking a little ragged, but they were still red.
They were still there. They were still there. All right, we've got one question so far. This is from Eric in Janesville. Eric says he has a plumeria in a pot that has been doing very well. He brings it in the house from fall through spring when it goes into a dormancy period. He says he was able to get it to bloom only once during the summer. Is there a way to get it to bloom again? He says he can try to give it all the sun he can.
Well, giving it a ton of sun is the first step. So plumeria are going to need 6 to 8 hours of strong sunlight. I'm hoping that you move it outside during the summertime, because no matter how bright and sunny your house is, it's likely not enough sun for them unless you have like a greenhouse or, a sunroom or something like that. The other thing is that they're heavy feeders. So I would certainly do a bloom boosting fertilizer in the spring and summer, and that might help let it dry between waterings, make sure it doesn't get wet, because they do tend to maybe get a little waterlogged and the roots will rot.
All right. One and done today, apparently.
One and done.
Only one question. All right, so
everybody's shopping. Everybody's like at the grocery store parking lots where people are driving around like sharks.
That last-minute rush, for sure.
I was at 3 of them before I came here, looking for some particular ingredient, which I cannot find yet, and it was a little crazy.
I'm avoiding the stores at all costs today. I'm going to try to,
but
anyways.
I had waited till the last minute.
Well, Lisa, thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas
and,
to you.
I'll see you one more time. I was going to say see you next year, but we have one more time.
We'll see you next year, and happy Christmas to all of you from everybody at the Bruce Company.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Let's go to Savannah now for a final check of your first warn forecast.
Thank you, Josh. We're still tracking a wintry mix right now moving into Dane County. We're solely seeing snow and a little bit of sleet. That's the purple and pink color on radar. So areas like Viroqua just saw that, probably a light glaze out there. Make sure to allow extra time because we are still tracking alert day conditions, basically Madison and areas northward. That's basically where the winter weather advisory is in effect. They did remove Dane County. I left us included in the alert day conditions, though. We're warming up a little bit into Christmas Day, falling for Christmas Eve, then warming again for Christmas Day. Enjoy the snow while we have it, because we're tracking rain that will help melt all that snow, along with almost 50 Friday and Saturday.
All right, Savannah, thank you. And thanks for joining us today at noon. Happy holidays, everyone. We'll see you next time.